skincare nerds, welcome back. So today I wanted to talk to you all about Then I Met You. I'm sure you've seen their products all over Instagram because the packaging is just so nice, and I've heard a lot about their Living Cleansing Balm, but I've never really heard anything being said about any of their other products like their toner and essence. So when my glycolic acid toning solution from The Ordinary finally ran out, I thought it was the perfect opportunity to finally try out Then I Met You's toner. And of course, they sell the toner in a duo with the essence, so I kind of had to get the essence too. And since it's my channel, you know we're going to nerd out on whether these two products are actually effective and whether they're worth that premium price. I've been using them for a little bit over a month now, and I have my answer. Let's get into it. Okay, so before we get into it, let's rewind a little bit in case you haven't heard about the brand. So Then I Met You is founded by Charlotte Cho, and she's totally an OG in the Korean skincare space. She co-founded Sokoglam, which made Korean skincare much more accessible in North America, and she's totally a pioneer in merging Eastern and Western skincare philosophies. So the brand is built on a Korean idea of jang, which is the feeling of deep attachment and empathy felt between people who have a really close relationship. So what does that mean for Then I Met You and their brand values? Well, all of their products are cruelty-free, vegan, and it's also considered a clean skincare brand. So let's talk about the products. I bought these two from Sokoglam as a duo for $78 US. Sokoglam ships to most countries, so if you wanted to check out these two products and you don't live in the US, then I would recommend you check out Sokoglam. So at this price, I would definitely say that this is more premium considering the product, the packaging, and the price. Okay, so first up, let's talk about the Birch Milk Refining Toner. First of all, the packaging is just so beautiful. It feels really substantial. They've thought about all the little details when it comes to this component. So even on the cap, they have a Then I Met You inscribed onto it. I love the way it sounds when you open it with the screw top. So it does have like a slight smell to it. It's kind of like a soury smell, which I think comes from the birch juice. And I don't really mind that, but I just wanted to let you know that it's there. And when you pour it out, it's kind of like this watery consistency. It kind of looks a bit milky and it has like a few bubbles in it, but it sinks in really, really well into your skin. And it kind of just like gives it a nice sheen. It's really subtle and you don't feel any stinging at all. So I think the soury smell probably comes from the birch juice in this. So this is made up of 76% birch juice, and birch juice is really, really great because it has 17 different amino acids, antioxidants, enzymes, proteins, and vitamins B3 and vitamin C. And they've basically replaced what would usually be water in the formulation with birch juice. It also is an exfoliating acid with a 1% blend of AHAs and PHA. So the AHAs in here are your usual suspects. You've got the glycolic acid and lactic acid, and the PHA here is gluconolactone. So let me just talk about PHAs for a quick sec, because if you've caught up on all my videos, you'll know everything there is to know already about AHAs. So PHA stands for polyhydroxy acid. Like AHAs, they exfoliate off the top layer of your skin, but they also fight something called glycation. So what even is glycation? It's when sugar permanently attaches to the collagen in your skin and then weakens it, which can cause some premature loss of firmness in your skin, and we don't want that. And they're also different from AHAs because the molecule sizes are much bigger, which means that they don't penetrate as deeply as AHAs or BHAs do. So basically it means they're not as irritating and it won't make your skin as sensitive to the sun. So I wanted to quickly talk about some of the other ingredients ingredients in here that are really interesting. So one is marshmallow root extract, which is also in the Kinship Super Mellow Moisturizer that I talked about a few weeks back. It's really cool to see that in here because I really haven't seen that many formulations with marshmallow root in it. And I love it because it's hydrating, it's an antioxidant, and it's an anti-inflammatory as well. There's also a blend of the usual hydrators in here. There's squalene, glycerin, and hyaluronic acid, as well as shea butter, which is an emollient, making this really hydrating as well. And overall, the formulation is a little bit acidic to account for the acids in here at a pH of 4. So because I have combo skin, I've currently been alternating between my Dear Klairs Supple Preparation Toner. So I'll basically use the Klairs one if I'm a little bit on the drier side, and the Then I Met You toner if I'm a little bit more on the oilier side. And I especially love this one when I feel a few pimples coming on. And with this one, even though PHAs make your skin a little less sensitive to the sun, there are still AHAs in here. You know, you just always want to be protected, so always be sunscreening. So overall, I think it's very, very gentle, and I think it's one of those products where you don't necessarily see like an immediate difference when you use it, just because it's so gentle at only 1% exfoliating acids, but I can really tell a difference when I stop using it. It just kind of like makes my skin subtly glowy and nicer, and I feel like I get less pimples when I have been using this. So this is definitely more of a premium price than the Ordinary's glycolic acid toner at $32 US for 100 milliliters. But I really, really like the gentle exfoliating effect. It's really great for my maskne because it's a lot gentler. And I really like that I can use this both morning and night. I think if you have combo skin like me, you sometimes get pimples and you want an exfoliating toner that can work morning and night and still be gentle enough to not really sensitize or inflame your skin. I think this is really a great toner for you, especially since it has a ton of other great ingredients in here like birch juice, marshmallow root extract, and squalene. So the one thing I think could be really improved with this product is I really wish they gave you more of the product in here because the packaging feels really substantial, but it's such a watery formulation that this gets used up so quickly. I wish that they had included more for that price. And that brings me to the next point, which is the package is opaque, so I actually have no idea how much I've already used. So I think it would be really cool if they had just the sliver on the side that was transparent so that you could see how much of it you've actually used up. But all that aside, overall, it's a yes from me. Okay, so now let's move on to the second product of the duo, the Giving Essence. So again, we have to have a moment for the packaging. This is beautiful, beautiful packaging. There's also the cap detailing on this one where you can see the brand printed on top of the cap. I just think that's such a nice detail. I love that they thought about every last thing. And I really like this package a lot more with the frosted glass on the bottom where you can actually see the product itself and you can see how much of the product I've actually used up. So I would say I'm about a third of the way through this one. And I love that it really just highlights one of the other beautiful things about this product, which is that it has this like really nice deep berry color to it. That berry color actually comes from red algae and black chokeberry. The red algae helps to exfoliate, while black chokeberry has a ton of antioxidants. And the blend of them together is what gives it this really nice color. So again, I know it's a small thing, but I just love the way that the cap unscrews, and I love that sound of it. As for the smell, it doesn't really smell like anything, just kind of like a very faint tart berry smell. So this is definitely a lot more of an expensive product at $50 US for 100 milliliters. So let's talk about the ingredients in here and see if it's really, really worth it. So over 80% of this product is a naturally fermented filtrate blend. So it's got a blend of fermented yeast in here, galactomyces and Saccharomyces. So that makes it kind of similar to the Misha Time Revolution Essence and the SK2 Essence. And I really, really love it because it has these proven skincare benefits like reducing the look of pores. So another reason why this is so great is that it has polyglutamic acid in here as well. So we all know about hyaluronic acid already. study, it can hold up to 1,000 times its own weight in water, while polyglutamic acid can actually hold 4 times more moisture than even hyaluronic acid can. So we're getting hydrated here. This also contains ellagic acid, which really helps to brighten your skin and also protect it against UV rays. Okay, so again, it has a really nice blend of ingredients. I really like that it has naturally fermented yeasts and the polyglutamic acid and the ellagic acid, which are kind of a little bit harder to find ingredients still in a lot of formulations, and I really like that. So the formulation is a little bit still on the watery side. With this, I need to get 4 or 5 drops out of it to cover my whole face, and for me, when I do use enough on my skin, I really feel like it makes it super soft and supple, and it kind of just like, it does sit at first, it's kind of like a film on your skin, but when it sinks in, it makes your skin feel really nice. So I think with this essence, if you really like the SK2 essence, I think that actually you would really like this one as well, because it also has a fermented yeast filtrate at a very high concentration in here. It's a beautiful color, it's a really nice package, and also at $50, it's still cheaper than the SK2, so if you're considering getting the SK2 essence, I would say this is probably better bang for your buck. And even though it's really hydrating, I still think it could work for you if you have really oily skin. I think this actually would work for any type of skin. It's more just a matter of if it's in your budget or not. And if it's not in your budget, there are also a ton of other K-beauty essences that feature yeast ferment filtrate in there. So what are my final thoughts on the Then I Met You's toner and essence? Do they actually work, and do you really need them? If you're on a tight budget, I would definitely say that you can get products that are still effective at a much cheaper price than these two products. You don't need to spend $32 on an exfoliating toner. I would recommend the ordinary 7% glycolic acid toning solution if that's the case. But if you have a stretch in your budget and you want to spend a little bit more, I would say Then I Met You's toner is really a unique product. So I really like this as a gentle exfoliating toner. The birch juice in here is really interesting, but also the mix of exfoliating acids. You get the glycolic acid, the lactic acid, but also the PHA in here. So it's just a really interesting blend. But it also has hydrators like squalane and hyaluronic acid, as well as the marshmallow root extract. So all in all, I think this is a very unique product. And if you do have that little bit extra to stretch in your budget, this is a really good exfoliating toner. And as for the essence, I would say that if you're on a budget, you can definitely skip this essence. If you are used to kind of higher end essences, then this is a really great one. So if you really like essences like me, and you've already tried SK2 or you've tried the Misha Time Revolution and other fermented essences as well, and you love them, then I think you'll love this too. But if you're not really big on essences, you kind of want a minimal routine, then this probably wouldn't be necessary. It's kind of a nice to have instead of something that you really need, but it's a really nice to have product, I mean. So just to wrap it up, I think these two products are really underrated, especially compared to how much hype the cleansing balm is getting. All right, so that's it from me. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you did, don't forget to give your girl a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any more informative skincare videos like this one. I'll see you next time.